Is it filming?
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Of course you've seen it as the title. We will be doing another follow along because you enjoyed the last two. So of course it just made sense to do another one. I'm here with Anna/Annie, whichever you want to call her. I'll put her Instagram handle. As always, make sure you have a mat and you will need a towel or resistant bands because Anna will be using one. And blocks, if you don't have blocks, you can use books. Whatever you need to just make the exercise slightly easier, because some of them you might need to scale them. So if you want to get all your things ready, and we will meet you on the mat. So first we're going to start with some neck exercises. Bring your chin down to your chest and look up towards the ceiling. Nice and gently down to the chest and all the way up to the ceiling. It's a great exercise to just relieve any tension around the neck area. Sometimes if we sleep funny or if we had a long day, we can get quite tense around the neck. So nice and gently down, chin down and up to the ceiling. And now we're going to go from side to side. So from left to right. Try and turn your neck as far out as you can. Try not to force this, just where your neck will naturally allow you in terms of how far to the side you can go. So next we'll be doing some wrist and forearm stretches. So what we're going to do is left arm up and right hand over, as you can see in the video. The idea of this exercise is the right hand on top is going to act like a resistance. So the right hand should apply some pressure to almost stop you from fully extending your elbows forward. This will give you a nice stretch as you extend forward. So we're going to do a few reps on this. Remember to apply a little bit of pressure to stop your left arm from fully extending, but not too much. You don't want it to be really tough. Just a nice, gentle resistance. And then we're going to swap. So left hand on top, right hand underneath, and perform the same movements. So next, if you watch carefully, we're going to go into some ankle and foot mobility. So I'm going to go on my toes and then bring my knees off the floor and then nice and gently down and sit back down onto my ankle. You can scale this if you find it difficult. You can use your hands to bring you up and then just slow it down nice and gently down to the floor. Okay, we're going to do a few reps of these now. Nice and gently down. If you come up too quick, that's absolutely fine. Just try and control it as you come down. Another thing I want you to do is when you go all the way down to your ankles and you sit back, try and lean as far back as you can to get a bit of a quad stretch on this as well. Try and control that eccentric when you go back down. Try and control that when you lean back, nice and gently. Don't force this at all. Well done. And now we're going to go into a baby pose. So arms out on the mat, head down, and we're just going to relax. If you can't fully sit down onto your legs, that's fine. I can't either. But if you can, that's perfect. We're going to be here for about a good 20 seconds. Remember to focus on your breathing as well. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Really focus on that breathing because it's going to help you throughout this whole routine. And then from there, if you look up at the screen, we're going to go into thread and needle with some external rotations. So the idea behind this is you're going to bring your arms as far in as you can, up to the sky, and then knee off the mat, and really externally rotate. So again, another demonstration. Reach in, as far in, up, and externally rotate. And back to the original position. So we're going to start now and do a few reps. Start with the left side. So reach in, as far in as you can, and then reach up towards the sky, knees off the mat. Really stretch out when you go up there. This is a great thoracic spine exercise to get nice and mobile around your thoracic spine. And now we're going to do this on the right side. So right arm in, up towards the ceiling, and back down. Try not to rush this, and just make sure you get a really nice stretch, especially as you reach in. Try and reach in as far in as you can. When you go up, reach as far out as you can. And back into the baby pose. Well done. Next exercise will be downward dog. So if you want to watch carefully before you go into the exercise, for those of you that know what this is, that's fine, but there's two parts to this. As you can see, I'm doing the scaled version and Anna is doing a full downward dog. Make sure you relax those shoulders, focus on your breathing as you do this. Now, whilst in the downward dog, I will mention some downward dog marches. And as you can see, it's basically bending your knees and straightening the other legs, bringing your heels down to the floor. So we're going to get into the downward dog first. We're going to hold this for about 20 seconds. So choose whichever you find comfortable. Remember to breathe in through your stomach. Really relax into this. There should be little tension as you hold this. And now we're going to do some downward dog marches. So remember, bend one knee, straighten the other leg, try and bring your heels down to the mat. This is a lot harder than it looks, so try and focus on your breathing and don't rush it. Take your time with this. You should really feel the stretch on your hamstrings as you perform this. And relax down into a baby pose. Nice and gently, and just come up for the next exercise, which is going to be shoulder cars. So arms straight, watch carefully, watch what we do with our hands. Faces forward, bring it down, hands face back, hinge at the elbow on your lower back, extend down. Watch as our hands come up, keeping that arm as straight as possible to your side. Okay, we're going to do a few reps now. So arms straight and bring them up, face forward, nice and gently with this, keeping it as straight as you can, all the way down. Don't forget to twist your palms and hinge. This is a great exercise for your shoulders. I highly recommend doing these every single day, especially before you do any overhead lifting training. If you have tight shoulders, do this every day. These are absolutely incredible for shoulder mobility. Keep your arms nice and straight. If you do have one arm tighter than the other, you will notice this. and you might actually notice there's a bit of a burn as you perform this. That's absolutely normal. And relax. Well done. Now we're going to go into a hip and quad stretch. If you watch carefully in the video, as you can see in this kneeling position, we're leaning on the leg that's on the mat. So with the front foot, we're really leaning into that leg to get a nice quad stretch and a hip stretch. Using the block is a scaled option. So, baby pose, downward dog. We're going to start with our right leg, break that right leg up and to the outside of your hands, and then sit into that stretch. If you want to, you can have both hands overhead. It makes it slightly harder. It's a great way to stretch out your spine as well. We're going to hold this for about 15 seconds and then swap to the other side. You should definitely feel this stretch on your quads as well. Nice. So we're going to go back into downward dog, and we're going to do the same thing on the left side. Really sit into that leg that's forward, that's on the mat. And relax. Well done. So if you pay careful attention to the next exercise, we're going to demo this for you. So baby pose to start, downward dog, and we're going to go into a side plank. You can scale this if you want to. As you can see, I have my elbows down and Anna has palms on the mat but knee bent on the mat. So if you get into position, baby pose and downward dog and into the side plank. Now if you notice, Anna has both feet aligned. I have one in front of the other. That makes it slightly easier. That's absolutely fine. Don't forget you can do the scaled option. Now, and if you want to advance this, hold, take one leg up and bend your knees, as you can see in the video. This is just an option if you just want to make this slightly more challenging. And relax. Back into the baby pose. Downward dog, and we're going to do the other side now. So your left, hands up and hold. Again, if you want to make this difficult, that's absolutely fine. Bring one leg up and bend your knees. And relax. Oh, that was really challenging. Great. So we're going to go on to the hamstring stretch. So the towel I mentioned before, or your resistant bands, we're going to use that now. So lying on the mat. So if you watch this first before you get into position. Now, if you pay careful attention, you would notice that I'm going to keep one foot placed on the mat while Anna has one foot flat on the mat. Put the towel, the bands right on top, just by your toes, because what we're going to do is as our legs extending, we're going to be pulling our toes down to really get a nice stretch on our hamstrings. Okay, so if you get into position, choose whichever you find more comfortable. If you have your legs straight down on the floor, that makes this harder. If, like me, you have your foot on the mat, that makes it slightly easier. So with the towel or the band, try and pull your toes down towards you to really get a nice stretch on your hamstrings. We're going to hold this for about 30 seconds. But what I want you to do now is take a deep breath in, breathe out, and then try and pull your leg closer to you. So pull it towards you, keeping your legs nice and straight. Well done, relax. And now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. What you're going to find with this is one side is going to be slightly easier than the other, which is always the case. Remember to pull your toes down towards you to really get a nice stretch on your hamstrings. And again, take a deep breath in, breathe out, and pull your legs forwards. Bring it towards you a bit more, get a bit more of a stretch. And relax. Well done. So if you want to watch the screen, we're going to do some dead bugs, just so you get an idea of how to perform this. So lying on your back on the mat, you're going to have your arms straight up towards the ceiling and lift your feet up, as you can see. And then we're going to take right arm down, left leg out. And then repeat this on the other side. Okay, so now we get into position and right arm down, left leg out. Try and keep that lower back down to the floor. So imagine your lower back is stuck onto that floor. If you find your lower back is coming off that floor, it just means your legs are going too far out. So try not to take them too low to the ground. Find that position that allows you to have your legs and your arm out and your lower back on that floor. Really focus on keeping your core tight and bracing your core. Last one. And relax. Well done. So now we're going to finish with some Shavasana. We're going to do some breath work. So legs down, arm to your side. Close your eyes and just focus on your breathing. So we're going to do 4 seconds breathing in. Hold for 4 seconds. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out for 4 seconds. 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4 seconds. 2, 3, 4. And then we breathe in again. 2, 3, 4. Good. Hold. Breathe out for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. 2, 3, 4. We're going to breathe in again. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in. And you can stay on the floor as long as you want. Take your time. Try and focus on your breathing. And I am going to leave you on the floor. And I hope you enjoy this routine. Thank you so much for following along.